We're leaving Paintsville Lake State Park in Paintsville, Kentucky. We stayed here 3 nights. I guess in Kentucky you buy 2 get 1 free. So we looked up or got unlucky and got 3 nights, whichever way you want to look at it. The campground, it was less than perfect. I mean, the campground itself is nice. The spots are nice. There's no shade though. There's no privacy either. No. It's not far out here. You can go pretty close and get yourself a dollar store, gas station.
They don't sell beer?
No, they don't sell any beer. I guess it's dry. But there was people drinking up here, obviously. But you're right near the water. We met a nice old fella down here taking pictures of eagles. I think his name was Ray Reeder. He's a very nice guy. He's down here every morning taking pictures of the eagles and ducks. There was a little duck down here that somebody dropped off, and I guess everybody fed it because it didn't know how to take care of itself because somebody had raised it and then dumped it here. The guy over the park, I don't know what his name was. I think it said on the paper David Riley or something. I don't know if it's his name for sure or not, but he was a really nice guy. You could tell he'd like to talk. Talked about his dogs and such. He was really friendly. We was beside of a lady that was really nice too. Talked to us before we left. Told us they liked their camper, and then we talked about all kinds of state parks. And bathrooms were clean. The internet was hit and miss. We didn't get no TV with our antenna, which we expected anyway. A lot better than Jenny Wiley, a lot cleaner. But now let's talk about the bad things. It really felt like a really tight-knit community here. It was really one of the most odd experiences we had felt here. One of the odd experiences ever. Whenever we come in, we was trying to reserve our site. We didn't book it online, and we went and looked at the site and parked in it while we was on the phone. And this guy come out of nowhere, and he just walked up through there and just stood right beside of us. He's nosy as hell. And then whenever we went down and checked in, here he come again. Then finally, we got our spot, paid for it, and here he come again. You know, you're trying to unhook your camper and stuff and trying to get stuff set up, and here he comes talking to you. He said, I don't go to Jenny Wiley no more because they sell beer. He said, I come here once a week, every other week. He said, every year, every other week. And this morning, whenever we were getting ready to pack up, he was out there with his wife, and I guess she's trying to help him unhook their camper. It looked like she had fell. I jumped out of the camper and looked over, and it looked like she'd fell on the ground. And he's all but kicking her. I mean, he was rude to her. He said, I don't give a damn about the camper. He slammed the door. He was mad. I guess he was holier than thou until he wasn't no more. But either way, he was he definitely could ruin it, your stay here. He was nosy.
His name's Ronnie. Yeah,
his name was Ronnie and Charlene on the front of the camper. So if you
ever come up here, expect to see Ronnie. He comes every other week.
Unless you get his off week, you're going to see him. And he's nosy as could be. And if he probably caught you drinking alcohol or something, he'd probably pull a damn gun on you or lock you up like Barney Fife. But, and the other problem up here is that there's too much congregation. They congregate way too much. Hush, dogs. So got this way. The people, I mean, the lady we talked to, she was really nice, but on the other side, they must have lived in the same neighborhood, went to the same church, or been from the same family or something. I don't know. But they congregated. I mean, they cooked potluck dinners. They took it to each other's campers. They had like 20 people sitting out with each other. And you just kind of felt like you've been judged and looked at the whole time. And then the host got in on it too. They would there was a little area down by the water where you could sit, and we went down there and worked and stuff. And during the evenings you couldn't get down there because there's like 5 or 6 of them. The two hosts had golf carts down there chatting with them. It was just a really tight-knit community, which it wasn't for us. If you're a part of the community, you'll probably like it. But there was a couple of other outsiders here. I'm pretty sure they felt awkward too. It's just, I don't know, it's just, you felt like you wasn't a part of the clique. You felt like you've been judged the whole time too. They were loud, I don't know. It was just very awkward. You could tell it's the same people come over and over and over and over and over at the same times. They'd walk around together, they'd eat together. They had different campers, different spots, but you had no privacy. You couldn't get away from them either. If you're gonna come here, you're better off bringing your tent. The primitive sites were amazing. They were cooler, they had shade, they were right near the bathroom, they had water, community water spouts up there, faucets, whatever. But the primitive camping would have been a really, really nice experience. Like I said, we met some nice people here. The park itself was clean. It'd have been nice if it had more shade and more privacy. But if you come up here and you come at the wrong time, you're probably gonna see what we felt. You're gonna be overwhelmed by the locals. Anything you wanna add?
Yeah, they really act like they didn't want you here for some reason. I don't know why. And I know this morning we knew. I mean, they obviously knew that we was leaving. The guy asked us was we heading out, and we had a couple of hours that we had to waste before we could go. So yeah, we was going to go down and run, but it was like he was trying to rush us out of here or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was out there this morning, and he come up when she was taking something to the trash. And he come up and said, "Y'all leaving today?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I was going weed eating around here." I said, "Well, it'll probably be an hour or two." And I mean, we always leave before checkout time anyway. And they were really nosy about us. I mean, they kind of watched us everywhere we went. It's kind of strange. The people in the golf carts did. Yeah, it was almost like they didn't want you there. They wanted to force you out, but they couldn't.
Oh yeah, they had the park, which I think is really great. They really the locals use the park, so don't expect to go down in the park and use the park in the evening because they let them too. They let them hang out down there way too late. They were down there last night, probably 9 or 10 o'clock, bouncing balls, and I don't know honestly if it was people from the campground or if it was just locals. Now this is kind of strange. I think there was no kids at all up there, no children. It was more senior citizens. Everybody we saw was a senior citizen. There was no young people in the park. It was more like a if you've ever went to a if you ever went to Florida and you ever seen the what's that place called there?
Villages.
The Villages. It's like a senior citizen facility. I mean,
Yeah, that may have been
campground.
because they were back in school, but they didn't stop them a couple days ago at the other places.
Because everywhere we've went so far, even after school started, it was really crowded and had a lot of children. But anyway, a couple came in and they stayed in a van, and they weren't bothering anybody. They had a couple little kids, and they I mean, you know, the sites there are really expensive. They're $30 a piece. They were too much. There's really nothing to do there unless that you really there was no beach. They had a place for you to swim, but it was really wasn't very clean. And if you watch the rest of our videos, you'll see why. But anyway, to shorten this up a little bit, the guy that was, I guess, the host, he drove right down the main road and right in between them on the grass, and he kind of, I thought he kind of treated them bad. I thought he kind of was kind of cruel. But anyway.
Yeah, they kind of tush hogged them, really.
Yeah, they act like they really didn't want you there. And the guy comes up to us and he tells us what time that they're going to close the gate. I mean, they closed the gate, the entrance gate, but the exit gate is still open. But people were coming in all hours of the night. They were going out all hours of the night with their fishing boats, which is understandable if you like fishing because you want to get there early. But it didn't keep people out because they were still coming in. But anyway, yeah, you felt out of place, and you felt like that they really didn't want you in there because you didn't really hang out with, you didn't really fit in.
It almost felt like your first day at school or work, or church, whatever you can.
You didn't fit in.
Make relevant to you.
That rarely anybody spoke to us. They did stare. They stared a hole through us because every time you look over at them, they're staring. We decided to eat in the camper all the time we've been here because we just didn't feel comfortable, because I mean, they's all having their big, and I'm not talking about when he was talking about potluck dinners, I'm talking about 3 or 4 groups of people together, you know, sharing their little crock pot dinners and stuff. But if you come, go all the way back in the back to the bathrooms.
The only problem with that is most of them back there were handicapped.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come tent camping, primitive camping, this would be a very, very nice park. Nobody was using it up there.
The sites were really level and they were large. So
they were rocks too, and you got those rocks in your shoes and your campers, your sandals, everything.
But you could tell that a lot of, I mean, small campground, okay? It really only had about 30 some campsites, I think. Yeah. Besides the primitive, I think there was like
33, I think.
And don't expect to get a good site, because the lady this morning told us she booked it a year earlier. So they book them a year early.
Oh, she was talking about on the holidays, though.
Well, I don't know. She said she booked the one this weekend. It's on
But
holiday.
again, you got to think.
Last year.
You got to think, too, the locals are coming up here again and again and again, and they know which spots they want and which ones they don't. So.
Yeah, they look down on you the way we felt anyway. They may not have, but I mean,
it was just really an awkward experience.
Yeah, and they had like several groups of different classes of people. They would gather together and stuff, and yeah, the group of old men, elderly men, they hogged the park in the shady area right by the river, which was really, really nice area to sit, but you can forget that unless it's on the weekend that they're not here.
But there were some nice people here too. I think we met about 3 people that were really nice.
The attendant at the gate attendant, she is really nice. Damn it, don't tell me I can't do here again. But anyway, she was really nice. Just know that if you're not part of the group, you're not part of the group. So.
And one last thing is, they didn't have no rules. People were parked on the in the grass and everything.
Yes,
they had 2 or 3 cars per site.
And a bunch of different people. A bunch of people kept coming in. So they had large groups, and they weren't. Let me tell you, they were local. They were from Johnson County, Martin County, and Floyd County, and Pike County. So. The one guy said he was from West Liberty, and that's only an hour away. So,
But he was the biggest annoyance there too.
Yeah, he was annoying. He was really annoying. We tried to avoid him. You'll meet him when he comes. His name Ronnie.
Yeah, as soon as you come in here, he will come up to you.
Nosy.
Unless you've been here before, but he probably still will.
Yeah, so like I said, really nice campground, safe, really clean, very clean, but very, very crowded. I mean, if you don't mind crowds, and we've been to a lot of places, but when they're really kind of, I don't know if these were family oriented or just friend oriented, whatever. I don't know. This is the most awkward experience we felt. It was kind of stressful.
It was like
too.
we was in the Mean Girls or something. They were
yeah, like
had to click.
Yeah, like we were low class trash or something. I don't know. It's the way I felt. And they didn't want us there, I don't believe.
I wouldn't come up here with an RV unless I was absolutely 100% positive that there was going to be very few people up here.
And evidently, it's always crowded.
Yeah, because the locals, like the guy said, he comes every year. It was probably, I don't know if I'd go back to Jenny Wiley or come here, it'd be a toss-up.
No, don't go to Jenny Wiley. It's nasty, and there's a
permanent campers
residents up there. They don't list them on the map, so don't even expect it to be listed on the website. It's not going to be listed there, but they are permanent residents of our place, live up there.
Anyway, this is Paintsville Lake State Park. I probably wouldn't come back unless I had another choice.
Coming off season, maybe, if there is one.
But there were some nice people up here. The view's nice. I mean, it wasn't too bad.
The bathroom is in a bad position.
Yeah.
Located all
for the RVers.
the way up to the end. And a lot of the people in the campers and RVs use the bathrooms here. They really did. That's the first time I've seen that. They used the bathrooms here. So, I mean, it was a long walk up there, and it was really hot this weekend too. But anyway, nice campground, nice campground, but coming off season.
Yeah, and come when it's going to be cool. But that's it. Again, Paintsville Lake State Park. Paintsville,
expensive,
Kentucky.
Though, $30
Yeah, very expensive. All right, have a good one.